post there on Facebook. I believe we're in and live and well. There we are. Hey, welcome to the Orange Blossom Social, everyone. I am your humble correspondent, Bobby Randall. My headphones aren't working. Are yours, Davey?
Nope.
Nope, no headphones working. But that means that I really can't hear then at all. Yeah, check. Pretty cool. Well, anyway, we'll get that worked on. Good morning, everybody. How y'all getting along? I have to yell because with the headphones on now, you really can't hear. But we do have a person who's capable of fixing everything, and that is one. Nathan Smith is with us this morning. He is our chief engineer here at the Orange Blossom Opry. And with no time at all, we'll be flying like Badman. I better turn that down in case it comes down. Yeah, I turned it down so it doesn't blow my head off. Okay, here it's down, and there we go.
are.
How about that? Big round of applause for
Yay.
Nathan, who can fix anything. There he is, anyway. And the whole gang is here. Well, Captain Kurt's not here.
No.
Actually, Captain Kurt's on vacation.
It's his anniversary, I believe.
Yeah, now see, here's something I didn't know. Did you know that we could actually get a vacation? We don't get it.
No, I didn't know that.
We just work like dogs all the time. We don't get any time off around here. He gets time off for an anniversary.
What?
Awesome. Well, Aaron's here today, and it's his first time flying the ship up there, so we'll wish him luck. We don't have a nickname for him yet, but if he hangs around long enough, we'll get one. Nathan Smith is here. The boss, Heather Byers, is here. Fast Eddie's here. My sidekick, Dangerous Dave's here, and we're glad everybody's here. Well, Dangerous, we got our first Christmas show out of the way.
First one in the books.
Yeah, I think it went okay.
I was happy with it.
We had a couple of things, but I don't think we had anything that anybody would really notice.
No train fires, you know.
No, we didn't go off the track or anything. It was pretty good. And I always wait for complaints. Usually that happens on Monday. Complaints get in, and I go through and think, oh, what can they complain about? But I'm telling you, y'all, folks can complain about the craziest things. I had a lady complain about we played too much country music. I said, wait what the hell do you think this place is? A disco? We play country music here. That's what we do. You play too much country music.
Actually, I heard yesterday when Keith and I went to see a friend of ours play, and I was told that we're not playing enough country music.
Yeah. So, well, that's the thing. And there's a ton of people. My grandpa used to say, if we all liked the same thing, everybody'd be after grandma. So I'm not sure you can please everybody. We try to. Usually we kind of start out playing country, and then we drift over to a little bit more rock and stuff. So there's the people that show up for the classic rock stuff have to sit through that, I guess, to get there. I don't know what made this lady mad, though, because she was mad about everything. She didn't like this, she didn't like that. And I wanted to just write her a letter back and go, dear ma'am, I'm so sorry. What part of New Jersey are you from? But I didn't do that. Anybody from New Jersey? Hopefully I don't make anybody mad from New Jersey. All right, anyway, so we got one under the way. We have 7 more Christmas shows left. If you'd like to come to see us, there's a few tickets, but not many. I don't think there's...
The website says they're all sold out.
None?
The website
Yeah,
says
we're sold out.
All right. Well, if you want to come to the Christmas show, come on. We'll open the back doors, and we'll sell special seating out there because there's little patios out there. We could seat a few people out there, put a speaker out there, and get some more money. Well, all right. So that we won't be coming to see the Christmas shows. We have a show this Thursday, Friday, this Saturday. Let's Hang On will be here. I always like these guys. What these guys remind me of, they do a Frankie Valli tribute. I think they're doing all Christmas songs this year. But when you go back and listen to some of those Frankie Valli songs, I don't know, was Frankie Valli writing those? I don't know who was writing those.
I'm not sure.
But the melody...
Geldof, one of the other guys in the band wrote most of those.
Wrote most of the...
yeah,
really?
Not Geldof.
Well, when you listen to the melody of those songs, they're so beautiful, like Dawn, Go Away From You, and some of those songs, the melody and the chord changes, they don't write songs like that anymore. They don't have those kind of melodic melodies and those kind of changes. I guess they just don't do that. So when they're here, always reminds me because they play a lot of that old stuff, and it's really good, and it reminds me of back, man, that was good stuff. All those harmonies, it was really good. And those guys are all real good, too. So we got that going on. That's Let's Hang on Saturday, and then it's us wide open. Are you going anywhere for Christmas, Dangerous?
No, my son hopefully is flying in again. He was here for Thanksgiving, and we're hoping to get him again for Christmas this year. But
Y'all stay here?
yeah, we'll stay local. And for Thanksgiving, I took my son to Universal,
Yeah.
and that was a big time. Especially he's 15, so he really likes all those crazy rides. But we had to sit in line for over an hour and a half for one ride. For 7 minutes or whatever however long the
That
ride.
still wasn't as much fun as taking him for a motorcycle ride on Wednesday.
Yeah, he
That's
went for a
very
ride,
true.
but we all went scooting. He had a big time.
Yeah, oh, he liked that. He
No.
I think next time he said that he wants to wear my helmet with Bluetooth so he can listen to his tunes, because he was listening to my tunes on my stereo on my bike, and I don't think he was liking what I was playing.
Yeah. Well, we need to talk him into one thing.
What's that?
Glasses.
Oh gosh, yes,
I couldn't
know.
get him to wear glasses. I said, you need to wear glasses on a motorcycle.
He said because he had his eyes closed the whole time.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the other route. Now, at Christmas, are you a snow guy? Do you miss snow? I mean,
No.
all these folks here in Florida now, there's no snow, and you got Christmas trees and.
All my friends up north it was in the teens.
Oh yeah.
Where we moved down here from Ohio, it was in the teens this past weekend, and
And you got snow, right?
oh yeah, if I never see snow again, it'll be too soon.
Oh, okay, that's your opinion.
My dad said he had 5 feet in his yard, and they were getting 40 degrees and some rain. Hopefully, some of it was going to melt. Then they're going to have flooding.
This Friday in our hometown, Larry, 10 degrees. 10 degrees up there, 25, 23, 34, warms up to 42, 39.
Now my oldest son is up in Alaska in the military. He's in Anchorage, and he's got the opposite problem. It's not cold enough.
Oh, it isn't?
He said that it's been in the mid 30s, and it's not freezing the lakes enough for him to go ice fishing.
Oh, I see.
He's afraid of falling through.
All these
he
people-
doesn't want to pull or plunge.
They can go to Erie. You can fish there.
Yeah. Well, I was up in, I always tell this story. We were going to Alaska, and this guy said, well, you want to go horseback riding? We'll take you horseback riding. I said, sure, I'm in. I'll go. So we go horseback riding. It was on Thanksgiving. And first of all, if you've never been to Alaska, on Thanksgiving time, it only gets daylight to like about 9 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock at night. So the sun just comes up to about there, stays there all day. So it never gets real light. And it was 13 degrees. And I'm out riding on horses.
Perfect horseback riding.
No, not at all perfect for riding horseback riding. And this year, for Christmas, I'm hoping there's snow up there. I'm going to take my wife to Michigan, and she'd never been on a snowmobile, so we were at snowmobiling. No snow. Yeah, they say there's no snow, but they say there's snow in Gaylord. So I may go north a little bit. But the last time I took her up there to go snowmobiling, it was blistering cold, and the wind was blowing. So we go rent these snowmobiles, get on them. You got all these snowmobile suits and helmet and all this stuff, and then we take off. Well, it just sitting there. You all been in that cold before that just bites your face right off. And then you go 50 miles an hour, 60, or in my case, 80 on a snowmobile. Your nose and face are just frozen. And then you look over at your wife and you go, you having fun? And she, with the cutest smile she possibly can, says, no. No. I think she enjoyed it. She had a good time. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do for Christmas. Try to find a place to go snowmobiling. Well, I guess the next show coming in here to the Orange Blossom Opry that everybody, I think New Year's Eve sold out too. So we might as well just take this part of the show and throw it in the wind because we've got no more tickets. But what a great problem to have, huh, Dangerous?
Absolutely.
Sold on out. All right, so we're going to start the first of the year, January 1st. It's not on here, but doesn't January 1st start with...
Kicking off our Blues and
piano
Brews.
player?
Yes.
What's her
Marsha
name?
Ball.
Marsha Ball on the Blues and Brews is January 1st. So the crew here can't party too much on New Year's Eve because you're going to have to be right back to work January 1st.
Are you guys you opening up for her?
We are not.
We are not.
Good,
But
because you guys
I'm
will be
coming to
all
that
hung
show.
over. You'll be hung over and stuff and trying
Yeah.
to.
Oh, no, I'm coming to that show. That's going to be a good one. Oh,
I have to be here. I do what I have. I have other obligations at the Orange Blossom Opry besides just sitting here with Dangerous, looking pretty in the morning. Yeah, she'll be here. I'll be hung over on. I don't even hardly drink soda, so unless I drink coffee.
They're gonna spike the eggnog.
Eggnog?
Yeah.
Be awesome. I never liked eggnog. You like eggnog? You
Yeah.
do? I don't. I never did like that stuff. I don't care what you put in. It still tastes like
Eggnog.
eggnog. How many are in on the eggnog? Good? 2, 3, out. Hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown.
Bailey's would probably help.
What's that?
Bailey's.
Yeah,
Dark
but
rum.
Baileys are good. Baileys.
Oh
is-
yeah. Dark
you,
rum or Bailey's. That would
you
work.
can put Baileys in gasoline and
yeah.
it tastes pretty
and
good.
drink
right?
it. Yeah, it's good.
What do you like?
Dark rum.
Dark rum, and you put dark rum in the eggnog?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What does that do? Does it taste like dark rum or eggnog?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. Dark rum
Tastes
would
like
probably
dark
go
eggnog.
good with anything.
Yeah, well, it's like dark rum. That stuff tastes good. It's like the Bailey stuff. You taste good with anything, right?
Yeah.
Put it in gasoline and have it.
Cough syrup.
All right, anyway. Yeah, Marsha, what's her name? Ball?
Marsha Ball.
Yeah, she will be here on the January 1st for our first Blues and Brews. Say that, Eddie, real fast. First Brews and Brews.
Blues and brews.
You did it.
Yeah.
I ended up saying brews and brews. The UFFC. I watch too much of that stuff. All right, then January 2nd, 3rd, Cody will be here. If you're an Elvis fan, you need to come check out Cody. He is the ultimate Elvis guy, won the ultimate Elvis champion. And as much as you possibly can, he turned me into an Elvis fan. I was not an Elvis fan. Were you?
Oh, yeah.
You were?
I like.
Where'd you go? What happened to Dangerous?
His batteries died.
My battery died.
His battery died. Up, medic, man down. Yeah,
I
well,
got to go get some battery.
oh, he's
Wait,
going
wait,
to get.
wait, you got Mike's mic. Hold on.
Dangerous. Use Mike's microphone, and he'll go get one. He knows where the batteries are. You can. There you go.
All right.
Needs the other half.
Yeah, I was an Elvis fan. I mean, I was a James Burton fan.
Yeah.
You know.
I had buddies that played with Elvis. One of my dear friends, Greg Gordon, sang with Elvis. And this is charity call. I'm not into the giving mode right now. And played for Elvis and has one of those TCB. Elvis gave all the members of his band and his singers these lightning bolts that were made of gold that said TCB. That meant what, Eddie? What did TCB mean?
Taking care of business.
That's right. He has one
Thank
of
you
those.
very much.
Probably worth a lot of money. But, and I had opportunities to go see Elvis, but I didn't. I wish maybe I had now. I mean, he had like the cat daddy of shows, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, well, anyway, Cody's got him down. If you're an Elvis fan, I like Cody. I've watched his show. I've watched a couple of them all the way through. I think Cody's a gifted guy. He's a talented dude. If that's your bag, he's got
energy. Good Lord, that guy's got some energy.
Yeah. Well, medication will do that. But as we all know from Elvis, I think that Elvis didn't he die because of medication? I think. Anyway, enough of that. But Cody will be here on the 2nd and 3rd. I think one show on the 2nd and 2 shows on the 3rd or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, but check it out on the website, The Ultimate Elvis Tribute Show, 2nd, 3rd. Phil Dirt and the Dozers will be here on the 4th. They're awesome. They're a popular band. They're kind of from, I thought they were up north. I thought they were from
Ohio. They are.
Ohio someplace, but they're pretty popular around here too. And they're just a good time band, just a lot of fun. And they will be here on the 4th. Sweet Caroline on the 5th. The Neil Diamond tribute show. Dougie ought to do a Neil Diamond show. He
does it
Dougie
real
sings Neil Diamond as good as any of those clowns that come in here and try to sing. Dougie's got, and he doesn't try. He just kind of sounds like Neil Diamond. I think, don't you?
Absolutely.
We told Dougie we'd talk about him today. He called us all on the way to work. And I got a surprise for Dougie. Dougie does, in case y'all don't know, everybody here does something behind the scenes. And yours not behind the scenes. Yours is out here in the front. But most people do many other things, like Eddie does the bathrooms. But Dougie does all the charts. So once we decide all the music we're going to make, whatever it is, and we decide these are the songs we're going to play, and this is the order, Dougie does all the music. He does all the charts, writes it out for all the guys to read, and puts up the set list, makes all the set list. And I've probably changed that Christmas show at least 5 times now. and every time we change it, Dougie has to change the set list because you don't want to set the set list out to the guys with the wrong songs. And yet I don't know that he knows it, but we're going to change the set list yet once again. For the Christmas show.
That's why I've gained 10 new gray hairs.
Yeah. But it's I think we're going to make a little change for the better. Shave a little time off, do a couple little things, and make the Christmas shows more better. Eddie, what do you got going up there? You always have something going.
Yeah.
What's up there?
Yeah, it's Christmas
man,
time.
I don't even want to see him, man.
No, it's Christmas time, I know.
my
But, what makes this album so unique is that very few artists ever redo their songs. Mickey Gilley on this Christmas album redid his Girls All Get Prettier at Christmas Time. And that is the coolest thing, and I got him to sign it. Very few artists ever do that. They'll go and change their songs, but Mickey did that in this really cool version. If you ever get a chance to look up Mickey Gilley's Christmas, and the Girls All Get Prettier at Christmas Time.
I can tell you Mickey Gilley stories out the yang. I'll just share with you 2. One, we were talking about a bus earlier. So my first bus that I bought in my life I bought from T.G. Shepherd, and it was a 4104, and it looked nothing like that bus back there. It was one of those old-looking buses that looks like a tube going down the road. So I get to my bus, and I'm all excited, and we got our first bus, and we got a gig at Gilley's. And I'd known Mickey Gilley before the Sawyer Brown days because I played with Gilley off and on over the years. So I'm all excited. We're playing Gilley's, and I got my first bus. And I'll be damned that thing wouldn't start. When we get ready to leave, the bus is dead. Won't run. So we all get the idea to push the bus because it's an old clutch, thing. You dump the clutch, you get it going fast enough. And Mickey Gilley came out and put his hands right on the back of that where the diesel flies up the back of those old buses. There he was, Mickey Gilley, out there pushing our bus and getting us started. So that's one Mickey Gilley story. The other was I invited him to a Christmas party, and this, Eddie, was when Mickey Gilley was on fire.
Yeah.
So this must have been in early 80s, Gilley was just on fire. And my grandma was at the Christmas party, and I couldn't keep my grandma off of Mickey Gilley. I think I had to go throw a bucket of water on her or something. Gilley's he's one of the greatest guys in the world. He's just like anybody else. He hangs out. I golfed with him. We hung out. We did a lot of stuff together. I was really good friends with him. But that Christmas party, he never said a word, man. He never said a word. But every time I look around, I had to knock my grandma off of Mickey Gilley because she was over there hitting on Gilley. So he's an awesome man, and I got a guitar somewhere. It's under my bed that Mickey Gilley gave me. So one day he said, "Hey Bobby, there's an old steel guitar back there in the back." So I went back there, got it. Sure enough, there's an old Showbud guitar that I still have under my bed. I love Mickey Gilley. All right, moving along. January 11th, the Gatlins, Larry Gatlin and the Gatlins. I talked to Rudy yesterday or the day before. I talked to him on Friday, whatever day that was, and Rudy likes my Takamine.
Yeah.
And tried to snag my Takamine.
Well, we'll see how he likes it now that it actually plays in tune.
I got I'll tell you what, though. I got a fret job put on that Takamine, and will that straighten up? Because I played it all night, a couple nights ago, and my fingers were on fire for 2 days. Now, they're all right now, but will it calm down?
It just takes time. You have to wear it in just like anything.
Time, like what?
Yeah.
Months, days, years?
Probably months.
I can't do it. I'll give that thing to Rudy Gatlin. He'll never talk to me again. Because those things on there, man, they're like, he put new frets. So you know what frets are in the guitar. It says spaces there so you know where you're playing. Well, mine wore right down to nothing.
Almost to the wood.
Yeah, to the wood, just from years. I've been playing that thing for years. And so he takes them out, and they put all new metal in there. And it was like playing a damn railroad track all day. My fingers just... they're better now, but I had to play a different guitar. Maybe Rudy won't be after my guitar after this.
I'm excited about that show because last year they were the weekend before my audition.
Oh, yeah?
So I didn't catch the show last year. So this year I'll hopefully get to meet him.
So Larry Gatlin, who is probably, arguably, one of the greatest songwriters of all times and singers. I mean, just gifted guy. Comes to the Orange Blossom Opry Inn, And everybody's kind of worried about Larry, oh, Larry. So Larry gets in the back, and I'm sitting there talking to him, and he goes, "Oh, go get your guitar, Bobby." So I go get my guitar, because I asked him, he wrote a big song for Johnny Rodriguez. "She had time still comes around." Anyway, big song. And I was asking him about it. He said, "Oh, go get your guitar." So I go get my guitar, and here I am back there with Larry Gatlin playing guitar, singing, just he and I. And he's, I don't sing. I'm not a singer. I sing, but I'm not a singer. And Gatlin's going, "I don't ever want to see you sing with that chin down. Get your chin." And I said, "I don't sing. Bobby, get your chin up. Sing like this. You need to sing like this." So here I am in the back, singing with Larry Gatlin, playing my guitar, going, "I don't even sing." But he's a super guy. And Rudy's funny guy. So they'll be here. We'll call the Isaacs because they're coming on January 12th. 2 shows with the Isaacs. They are a pretty amazing, pretty talented group. Ben Isaacs, pretty talented guy. And the call I hope we get, Dangerous, is Jason D. Williams. I can only hope that he needs a guitar player, and I will pass the wand to you because that is an experience.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Imagine sitting on Dynamite and not knowing what's going to happen, because that's him.
Take it, Dave. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll just, right in the middle, he'll go take it. And you'll go, "Take what?" It doesn't matter. Just take it. Play what? Just play what? Play anything. Because I kept waiting. He called me, and I said, "Sure, I'll play guitar for you." This was 2 years ago, I think. I said, "Sure, I'll play guitar for you. You got a set list now? We'll get it when we get there." Okay, so we get here. Get a set list now. We'll get it. You got a set list now? He didn't have a set list. I don't think he knows what he's doing when he comes out here. And I damn sure nor the band doesn't know what he's doing, because he just takes off at just starts playing anything. And then when he feels like he's done playing, he'll say, "Take it, Dave," and then you'll play. So pretty fun. Jason D. Williams. The Cleverleys will be here. I'm really excited about the Cleverleys, bluegrass band. Funny guys. Kind of dark humor, but funny sort of guys. And then Crystal Gale. Of course, Crystal Gale is royalty, wouldn't you say by now?
Absolutely.
She's kind of right up there with the rest of them. Now that Loretta's gone, she's big stuff. I think she's awesome. Anyway, Faith Country Show. Let's talk about that a little bit, everybody. On January 19th, our buddy Kenny Evans will be here. And a lot of people didn't know Kenny. I've known Kenny for... interesting story about Kenny, if you want to know. When he was in his 20s, I worked for Sony for a long time, and my job was easy. He said, "Go find guys that you think," and they'd send me out. I told you, they sent me down to Clint Black's brother, and they'd find somebody that they thought had potential to be a star, and they'd send me down to go hear him. And then if I thought we could do something, they'd give me money to record them. And usually I'd get, 12 to 15 grand. And we'd go in and record 3 or 4 sides on them, and then they'd listen to it. And if they liked it, they kept the person. If they didn't, out the door they went. And anyway, I got stories, but that doesn't matter. What does matter was that all came together for Kenny Evans and I. We worked for about 6 months together and played, and he went up to this place in Johnson City, Tennessee, and the whole record label was coming up there. So I went up and played fiddle for him. And at the end of the show, they said, "We love you. This is it." Told me to get a lawyer, told him to get a lawyer, because we were going to do a deal. And some things happened in Kenny's life. He was in a terrible car accident and changed his course. And Kenny's an evangelistic preacher that also sings. But he still sings country music like a madman. And so he's going to come here, and we're going to play some country music. Call it Faith Country because it's on Sunday, so no drinking songs. I reckon that's what's going on. The Bellamy Brothers will be here. I see the Bellamy Brothers are out with Alabama. Did you see that?
I didn't know that.
I bet you that's a heck of a show. I
bet it is.
I saw it on Facebook. Alabama. What a legacy those guys did. Have you ever heard their band? You ever go?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're just another band that plays hit after hit after hit. They kind of Alabama and the Bellamy Brothers were out first, but I think Alabama. They're not coming, by the way. But we do have an Alabama tribute show that comes here every once and again, and they're pretty good. But the Alabama was guys that kind of blazed a trail for everybody. Before they came along, bands weren't really popular in country music. The Statler Brothers and the Oak Ridge Boys, but they weren't really a band. They were more
vocal groups.
Yeah. And then Alabama came along, and just bust the door open for a bunch of guys like me and guys that had bands that wanted to be a band, and they're awesome. Only 2 guys left though out there when you see Alabama, really.
Yeah, Teddy and Randy.
And this is the coolest thing, y'all. If you don't think that everybody knows who Alabama is, right? I mean, come on, unless you live under a rock, they're probably the band of country music. They're the Beatles of country music, I guess. And do you know that Teddy Gentry, the bass player in the band, gave his bass he played on all those records and sang and played and toured and everything, gave it to Keith Horn.
Yep.
Can you imagine that?
Yep.
That's just absolutely amazing.
Keith was on a session, and Teddy asked him, "Why don't you play this bass?" And he had him play it. And when Keith was done with the session, Teddy handed him the case and said, "Here, just take that home with you." And Keith made him sign it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
So,
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's the Music Man Stingray that he did all those iconic records with.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Well, Charlie Daniels gave me a bow once, and I thought I still have it, and it's just it's amazing. So you take things like that and think, first of all, let me take me out of the equation because I don't want to talk about me. But first of all, I think in those situations you have to do something to earn that. He's not going to just give that bass to Joe Blow. So I think when you get a gift like that from somebody, somewhere along the line you've done something to earn the right that he feels obligated, or not obligated, but feels like he wants to give that to you. So when I croak, I'm going to give I'm trying to think of something to give to Eddie because. Something nice.
I don't need any locks of hair. Don't need that.
No, you got lots of hair. I still got lots of hair. No, I'm not doing that. Anyway, where am I now? Hey, we also, Aaron, it's pretty good. I remembered your name. Yeah, you know how they tell you to remember names when you can't remember them? Here's a clue. When somebody introduces you to somebody that has a name, if you don't think you're going to be able to remember their name, try to associate them with somebody that you know. So the minute they told me that your name was Aaron, I have a cousin named Aaron. Aaron, and you kind of look like him a little bit, favor him. And so that's how I remember. Now, what's the sound guy's name again? No. But Aaron, we take questions of people on Facebook too. So if somebody on Facebook out there that's watching is tired of us rambling on and has a question.
Speaking of Facebook, while we got a moment, make sure you're liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel, our Spotify channel.
Yeah, tell them about this too.
And and the most exciting news of all, our new Orange Blossom Opry app. We have an official Orange Blossom Opry app. You can get Opry app.
Opry app.
Opry app. You can get it at any of your favorite app stores, iTunes, anywhere you get your applications for your phone. Just it's free. Just download it, and it gives you our entire schedule. You can buy tickets. You can see what's available. There's lots of cool stuff on there. You can watch replays of the podcast, and that goes with all of our platforms: YouTube, Spotify, the Facebook page. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you're sharing our shows too, because the more you share, the more it gets out, and the bigger our channels grow. And of course, the bigger our channels grow, the more we can bring to you.
Yeah, we've done, I know you've only been here coming up on a year, but I don't know how long some of you folks have been coming here, but this place in the last 3 years has really, really taken off. But in the last year, it's just crazy in here. It's almost sold out, almost every night sold out, and that's kind of cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. Well, what that does is guarantees we have a job, Dangerous, you and I.
Right. Well, and plus, it's so much nicer to be able to play in front of people instead of empty bar stools, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and don't you, I don't want you to think that if you show up and, there's only 50 people here. I've never seen 50 people here, not in a long, long, long time. But, you just, a performer comes out, and when the place is full, he's going to be on fire.
Absolutely, yeah. You put more into it, that's for certain.
Yeah, you're more. Is that how you operate up there, Fast Eddie?
Sure.
Yeah, when you got a packed house.
I've played to 5 or 10 people before.
Yeah. What's the most people you ever played for?
The most, we opened for Keith Urban one time, and it was 45,000.
Yeah, that's crazy playing like that. When I first went out on the Kenny Rogers tour, we were a bar band like everybody else, playing beer joints and rat holes. How many did you go to, Larry? You went to tons of them with us. Larry was my guy. Larry, for those of you who don't know, who also does a great job of being Santa Claus, had been following me around since I've been a kid, playing in my band, or following my band around since I was in high school. And in the early Sawyer Brown days, we played in bars and beer joints, and we needed Larry for fights because we had and fixed the trailer and the bus. You know, Eddie's talking about buses. I forgot my first bus that I bought, Eddie, was a school bus.
Yeah,
And
me too.
what a POS that was. And do y'all remember riding school buses when you were kids? I don't know if y'all rode school buses. But when you're in the back of the bus, if you sit in the back of the bus, you remember the damn thing
Yeah,
would
you hit the
bounce
bump.
way up, hit a bump and fly.
Railroad tracks. That was
Yep.
always fun.
But we forgot about that when we were building the bus, and most tour buses have their bunks in the back. So we put the bunks in the back. And I'm not kidding. You'd lay back there. We had 4 bunks. We had 4 bunks here. 2 bunks here, 2 bunks here, 2 bunks there. So there were 6 bunks, and then on the other side was a closet. Everybody had a little closet. We built this thing ourselves. My dad and a bunch of us built the whole inside. Jan LaRue and all of us built the whole thing. And it was real nice. But when you're laying in that bunk, mine was a top bunk, and you'd go over, you'd have your blankets on. I mean, you go over one of those tracks or something like that. Honest to gosh, it'd throw you right up in the air, right out of your bunk. You'd come flying out of your bunk and slam back down on the thing. So I don't know where I was going with all of that. Oh, I know where I was going with it. So we played beer joints like that. Then we got our first bus. And the first big place I ever played was the Tacoma Dome with Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. So we're playing beer joints, right? Beer joints. And the next thing you know, we're out on a stage and there was 20,000 people there. And then, but when it gets so big, you know, we played June Jam, and there was like 80,000 people there. It's like a sea of people, and it's not really. I think if you ask me what I'd rather do, I almost rather play for crowds like this because
absolutely.
It's a little bit more intimate here. You know, you kind of get the feel of the people, even in the back. You know, we try to feel like we're sitting. I always say, let's pretend like we're sitting in your living room playing for you. That's what I like to have that feeling. But when there's and don't get me wrong, it was a hoot. I mean, I played Farm Aid, and I got a story about Farm Aid that's funny. That was 50,000 people there. Joe Walsh was there, and I'm a big Joe Walsh fan, and I wanted to hear Rocky Mountain Way. Well, they had stages set up side by side, and a kind of wall between it. So this band would start, and the minute this band stopped, this band would start. So I couldn't see Joe Walsh because he was right after us. And so I said, I'm going to get out, sneak my way out. I had a pass, sneak my way out and get out there to the sound thing and get out there and watch, you know, because it's pretty far out there. I get all the way out there, fight my way through all these people, get out there, climb up in the sound booth, and he never played Rocky Mountain Way. Never played Rocky Mountain Way. He played Old MacDonald had a farm, some crazy thing, and so I flipped him off. And
I played a 10,000 a bike rally with Steppenwolf.
Oh,
and,
you did?
Yeah, and I got an education of the wildest wet T-shirt contest I ever seen in my life during that bike rally. I'll never forget that. That was fun.
We after I left Confederate Railroad, I did a bunch of dates. You know this, with the Bobby Randall Band. And so, unbeknownst to me, I take my brother-in-law to play drums for us. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't think my brother-in-law ever played on a big stage before. So we were the headliner at this big bike rally in New York. So we went through Canada, crossed. It was, my band was Jeff, you know Jeff Wallakangas, Arlen, and my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law was so nervous on that show, like I'd never seen anything like that. He was just so freaked out. And because we were the headliner, and there was probably 5,000 people there. But here's what I did, Eddie. They said, well, we want you, because you're the headliner, to stay and play for the wet T-shirt contest. And I said, I don't do that.
Oh,
and I didn't do it. wouldn't
I
do it.
enjoyed every minute.
Well, I'm sure you did, but you're a sick man with a
That
lot
was
of
that was a
problems.
whole new experience. I'd seen him many times before, but not like that.
Well, I played with Confederate. We played every damn
Oh,
bike
I'm
rally
sure of it.
everywhere. We used to play. We played with David Allen Coe. It was us and Coe at. Well, you were there. You came to one of those, Larry. I think you came to a bunch of Confederate Railroad shows, and they would have wet T-shirt contests that turned into.
Yeah, yeah, a
got
lot of
ugly.
fun.
Got ugly. It got ugly. Anyway, we'll just,
Bikers can do it right.
no, you and I may disagree on that. Most of the time it was, you know what, nobody really wants to see that. And I'm sure, and here's, the lady with no shirt on, and I'm going, I'm sure you're somebody's grandma. Now get off the stage. That's how that went. All right, anyway.
Did you see the special that we're running?
I want to talk about the special, but before we do, I want to take this call, everybody, because we were just, let's see. Good morning. Are you there, sir?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, it's Kenny Evans. We were just talking about your show on January 19th. We're going to do a little thing that's called Faith and Prime Country, featuring the OBO Band and Kenny Evans, a fine singer and a fine fella on top of that. How are you, buddy?
I thought it was going to be Faith and Prime Rib.
Yeah, well, they misspelled it. It was Heather. You can't trust her with anything. We said, Heather, remember, Faith and Prime Rib, but she put Prime Country Music, so we're going to have
Man, I thought we was going to have steak and baked potatoes, man.
Yeah, no, probably TV dinners again. Well, we sure look for Kenny, you've been really busy. I see you still out there traveling all over the place.
Yep. Busy. Yeah, man. I just headed home from Nashville right now, and but yeah, I'm out here doing what I do, and the crazy winter tour is about to start every year. Over here in Pigeon Forge, everything shuts down. Well, as far as entertainment goes, January, February, and March is the off season, and that's when I come to Florida, and it gets really crazy. But it's always fun, warm weather.
Well, we're excited you're going to be here on the 19th. Now, we're going to do, I said it's on a Sunday. We're calling it Faith Country. We're doing country music, but we're just doing, I said, no drinking, hell-raising songs. We're going to do some fun stuff.
Well, you've heard the old joke, what do you get when you play a country song backwards?
I don't know.
You get your wife back, your house back, your dog back, and your truck back.
I like that.
No, listen. Yeah, it's going to be a great show. I mean, of course, we got the Brooks and Dunn thing we always do, and it's got some of them good honky-tonk songs, but this is a night, we talked about this a while back. We talked about, hey, how about a night of just positive country music? And some of the biggest country stars of all time, some of their biggest hits was positive songs, Carrie Underwood had Jesus Take the Wheel. Randy Travis had Three Wooden Crosses. Ronnie Millsap did Pure Love. So I'm putting the set list together now. It's almost complete, and it's going to be a night of just positive faith and love songs that people have loved for many years.
But you have to sing, Sherry, Sherry. All the people here are singing along with you because nobody sings it like you.
Hey, well, here's the thing. I didn't know you did it that good.
So
why don't you sing it?
Here's what happened is, see, for years, that's been my big closer. And until you come along and rip me off, see, and you kind of bump me off, so no.
Well, listen, I'm okay stepping aside and letting you sing Sherry.
Yeah, right. Ain't gonna happen, brother. Not in a million years.
There you go, man.
Well, look here, we're excited about having you January 19th. Right here at the Orange Blossom Opera. You know that you got lots of fans down here, and the folks are looking forward to seeing you. Just take care of yourself, safe travels, and put together a hit list.
How many people are there with you right now? How many people you got there?
Well, there's a bunch of people that watch on Facebook, and what happens on Tuesday is we have a free thing here for the podcast. So I don't know. There's a handful or more people that show up every Tuesday.
So listen, I need to tell those handful of people something, okay?
Well, go ahead.
January the 19th.
Yeah.
You need to call all of your in-laws, outlaws, brothers, sisters, cousins, and bring them to the Opry. Listen, I don't know if these people are aware of that, but the Brooks and Dunn thing we do 2 shows there, and we got one in March. I can't recall the date. Those things always sell out.
Oh, yeah. Well, this one will, too.
Oh, my goodness. So, listen, it's going to be fun, so call all your family members. Bring us the steak dinner that I thought we was going to have.
You have to take that up with Heather. Heather, she's up there. She's a producer of the show up here. She runs the Facebook stuff. So she's up there shaking her head no. Roger and Heather are both here now. So.
Salisbury steak.
Okay. I love those guys and gals.
Well, look here, Kenny. Take care of yourself. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas to all of you. Love you guys, and we'll see you in January.
All right. See you, buddy. Bye. Kenny Evans, everybody. There you go. I knew he was going to call in today. That was awful sweet. Okay, Dangerous, what were you talking about? Because I cut you off.
Oh, coming up, we were talking about Marcia Ball being on the 1st.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of other great blues acts coming in. We have Bobby Rush coming in on the 9th.
Yep.
And then we also have Cedric Burnside coming in. Well, from now until December 21st.
Okay.
You can buy one ticket and get one free for any of the Blues and Brews shows.
I got you. So you buy, you get for that show, right? So you could buy one ticket and you get another one free for the same show, right?
Yes, for the same show. Yes.
Awesome. Until December 21st. What's that, Mike?
It's for the January shows.
For the January shows, yeah.
For the January shows.
Yeah. The Cedric Burnside, Marcia Ball, and who was the third one? Bobby Rush.
Yeah.
Bobby Rush is awesome.
I saw a promo for somebody out there. I don't know if it's Cedric or one of those guys I saw. They're playing somewhere else, not too far from here, but because they always try to route things. And I thought, hey, man, that dude's pretty good. So trying something new, the Blues and Brews, going good. I'm writing another blues song because we get to open for a couple of these guys when it gets down the road a little further. And how many blues songs we know now, Dangerous? 3?
3 or 4.
We know 3 or 4. All right. Well, you can. The thing about a blues song, though, you can stretch it out because it can be a 5-minute song, right? Some of those guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I went to see Joe Bonamassa, and he plays Crossroads for half an hour, and which is awesome. So that also is going to start our golden contest, our Rising Star contest. That's also an exciting thing. If you're over 30, they go first.
Yes,
and I don't know.
The Golden Stars are first.
I don't know if it's all filled up because I don't do that, but
from what I understand, the Golden Stars is. But I think there are some spots still for the Rising Stars.
Okay.
But to find out for certain, you'd have to contact Neil Bogus.
Yep. Well, and once again, if you have that little Orange Blossom Opry thing on the bottom that you have, what's it called? An app. You can find out everything you need to know because most of the time I don't know what I'm talking about.
Speaking of the app, I looked it up, and it's March 17th is Kenny's Brooks and Dunn shows.
Oh, March 17th?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's those shows always sell out. That dude, he sings just like Ronnie Dunn, and you look like Kix Brooks. So we've got the all bases covered. This year you need to sing because he used to make me do it, and I couldn't sing it very good. But you need to sing a couple Kix Brooks songs. You could sing Lost and Found.
Lost and Found, yeah. I do a bunch of them, actually.
Really? Why aren't you doing them on our show? Let's talk about it. Yeah, well, let's get that
have to
going
work on that, I guess.
I really like the Lost and Found.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah, you know, the Brooks and Dunn thing is an interesting story if you don't know that. There was a record exec that named Tim Dubois in Nashville, and he was brilliant. And he did a couple things. I don't know if anybody even knows this, but he became the head of a record label named Arista. And so he, instead of going out and finding Joe Blow and John Doe and all that, he did some brilliant things. One of the things he did was told this band, if you change your lead singer, I've got this idea for your band, and they got a new lead singer and changed their name from the Tennessee River Boys to, Eddie, boom.
No idea.
Diamond Reel. So Tim Dubois was responsible for Diamond Reel. He was also responsible for a band called Restless Heart because a lot of those cats were knocking around town and trying to get deals going on their own. And he put them together, and that was that. And he did the same thing with Brooks and Dunn because Ronnie was trying to get a record deal. Kix was a bit of an accomplished songwriter, but never had much going on his own, just as a songwriter, a lot going. So he said, why don't you guys get together? You know, you can write some songs and you can sing. And and he put those guys together too. So he also wrote Love in the First Degree, Tim Dubois. So he was a very talented guy and had a vision of what to do, and that's how Brooks and Dunn started. I think he had something to do with somebody else like that too as well. So so there you go. I don't think Brooks and Dunn, at least on the record, I don't think they put out one record I didn't like.
Right.
Every song Brooks and Dunn put out, I wasn't real crazy about Old Man Wrigley song. What is that called? Is that I Believe?
Oh, no, see, that's my favorite.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. It's something for everybody. I get it. It was a big old cool song, but I like more of the stuff like you do. I saw the light.
Yeah, the 90s country stuff.
Well, you do the Brooks and Dunn stuff, too. We do a lot of Brooks and Dunn songs on our Friday Night Live, and Old Dangerous, he can hold his own over there, too. So, pretty awesome. Any questions in the audience? Because we're getting close to the end here. I don't know what time it is, where we are. We're getting close here. We got a few minutes left. Yeah.
We have a question here.
Yeah, on the Christmas show, which was fantastic.
Were you here Sunday?
Yeah, sure was. It was a great show.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed it. On the choir, the track, was that you guys that did the track, or?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
That was awesome.
That's why if you watch, I'll kind of make eye contact with a couple of the guys in the choir, because we all go over to Nathan's, wherever Nathan went, studio, and my idea for this was, if we're going to do a choir, I don't want the people to come here and say, well, I could have gone to church and heard that, or I could have gone to some high school and heard that. So I tried to come up with all of us collectively in the studio, wild versions of different arrangements, I guess you'd call it. Mm-hmm. And so a couple of those Dangerous is guitar, man, he's right in your face. So when they start, only Dave and I know that. Well, the guys in the band, so we kind of make eye contact and smile. A couple of those crazy, funky, that's all Keith Horn, just playing his butt off up there. And
Chris doing some of that oddball synth stuff. I was.
Yep.
Chris is a great pianist, and he does, like, when we did Carol of the Bells, he did that so awesome. He did the layer pianos. But when he was doing some of the Deck the Halls with the crazy synth stuff, I was like, I had no idea he knew how to do that stuff.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what we did. Here's another interesting thing, only because of geography, or the geography is not the correct word, but Randy lives quite a ways away. So because it's, and that's the only reason, it's nothing because he's an awesome drummer, but on all of those tracks, that's Nathan playing on the choir tracks, playing drums.
Laying it down.
Randy's playing percussion on one of those things somewhere in there, but only because, we spent hours in the studio working on that.
Days, it seemed
great.
like.
Days.
It was good. Randy didn't look like he enjoyed the show at all.
Yeah.
He had a great time.
Randy's the guy having the most fun up there. Randy Nichols is awesome. Some of y'all, there was another guy here, no disrespect to him, but Randy was one of the guys who came into this band, as well as Dangerous did, and really brought another level of not only playing, because they're both awesome players, but an attitude and showmanship to the stage. That's what I want to say.
I thought it was great when Kevin Kingston came in while we were rehearsing, and he's like, "Something's wrong."
Yeah.
And we're like, "What?" He's like, "Nobody's yelling.
Yeah.
Nobody's screaming at each other."
Well,
Randy is kind of like a halo of joy. When you watch him play, it's amazing.
Well, Dangerous is like that too. I never seen either one of those guys come through that back door with a frown on their face or anything. They're always happy to be here, and they always give 150%. And Dangerous came in here and just lit up that position. Our last guitar player was a great guitar player. But every time we were in arguments all the time, and I just got tired of that. And that's what Kevin said, because our bass player was not in them, but you didn't have to be in them. It just stopped production, and people just be screaming at each other, and that gets old, and it gets hard to just pry through that. And I believe that it shows in the band, because everybody in this band now, it's finally, fun for me. I don't have to argue and scream with people either. So, and Dangerous is just a good guy. I'm trying to talk him into going on our scooter with it. Scooter ride with us next year, Mike. Trying to get him to ride along. He's a fellow Harley rider. When are you going to buy a Harley, Fast Eddie?
No, I want to make that trip on a comfortable Goldwing. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
Well, you're welcome.
So there's your answer.
Listen, if you go, Mike is our road captain. Mike will give you a map, and just go with us, with all the Harley guys. Just go with it, and just stay back there about a half a mile behind us.
I'll put a Harley sticker on my helmet.
There you go. Fender stickers on the PVs around here. Hey, speaking of that, Nathan, I need to get one of those amps out of I got stuff everywhere. I need to get an amp out of the studio. I'm going to play a little gig up in Michigan for you folks listening in Michigan on December 26th. That's the day after Christmas. I'll be at the world-famous Beer and Brock's up there playing fiddle and guitar with a bunch of my outlaw buddies up there.
Dave, there's a question on Facebook asking you how long you've played guitar. Dave.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I started playing when I was 9, and I'm 55, so.
Yeah, there you go.
A couple years.
Yeah, a few years.
Yeah, both my older brothers play guitar, so I was able to. One brother was left-handed, one brother was right-handed, and my left-handed brother would lock his guitars up. So I actually had to learn upside down like Keith plays.
Yeah.
That's when I learned I was playing with the big string on the bottom, and then a couple of years later, after I really started getting into it, is when I turned the strings over and started playing the correct way.
Now, did your dad play? Your mom play?
My dad did not. My dad sang, and my mom didn't either.
In a band or just around the house?
No, just around the house. My grandfather played harmonica.
Yeah.
My dad's dad played harmonica, but he played like Spanish style music on harmonica. And it was a trick, He was real good at it. And then we had one of my grandfather's best friends was a guitar player, and was one of my earliest memories of guitarists. Now my uncle Mickey on my mom's side, my Aunt Carmen's husband, was a professional trumpet player.
Oh yeah.
In a big orchestra in southern New Mexico.
When did you get in a band? What was the first band you played in?
First band, I was 10 when I was in my first band, and it was a band with my brothers.
Yeah.
They had a band, and they were working all summer long to play a dance right before school started, the first school dance of the year. And right before the school year started, their bass player moved away.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I was like, well, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And they're like, sure, whatever. So I just jumped up there and
yeah, well, Dangerous does play bass good. When we switch our band around, our blues band, Keith plays guitar in our blues band, and Dangerous plays bass. And you don't get credit for it because we're all, oohing and on over Keith being a madman on the guitar that he is. But Dangerous is a really good bass player, too.
Yeah, it's like the way I would compare it is like I'm a bass player, like when Keith is a bass player, Keith is like Chef Gordon Ramsay, and I'm like the day cook at McDonald's. Well, we do the same job, but one does it a whole lot better.
Well, you do what needs to be done. But it's sad in our band when the best guitar player in the band is the bass player, because he's an awesome musician. Well, and we all kind of started like that. Dangerous. Same with Keith. He was in a band with his dad. My first band I was in, I played fiddle for my dad when I was in like 7th grade, 8th grade. And we kind of all started out with our parents. I guess that's what kids do, is they follow in the steps of their dad. Some do, some don't. But pretty awesome. Anyway, New Year's Eve sold out. What else did I want to tell you about? We're going to have something new here this year. We're going to have a polka show, everybody. And this polka guy, Jimmy, I can't find his name on there. Jimmy Stir, I want to say his name is someplace. If you all know, you'll stir up. But it'll be kind of different, but it's going to be interesting to see what that is, because it'll be a lot of fun. And Eddie, I think they've asked you that day to be the opening act, Eddie. with
I'm really looking forward to that one.
yeah, Eddie don't like polkas. Don't like Eddie doesn't
I'm
like
from
it.
Pennsylvania, and I about polka it out.
The Pennsylvania polka.
Poke it out.
Every
Tries
Sunday
out.
at my house, the routine was wake up in the morning. I could smell the bacon. My mom would make bacon and eggs. My dad would be running around, and I could smell. My dad wore that green electric shave, aftershave stuff. It was just called electric shave, I think, green. I could smell that and the bacon and those damn polkas. My dad had
I
this
bet the
little
Cleverleys,
AM radio.
the Cleverleys can probably do an interesting polka.
Yeah. And then that was all before we went to church. So, because we when I was a kid, we were going to church on Sunday. No matter what, we were going to the.
Somewhere we
were you
got to
Catholic?
mention.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Catholic. I thought you would be.
We
yeah.
got to mention about the office being closed from December 23rd to the 30th.
What's the matter
So,
with those guys? Why aren't they working?
You know, they get a vacation.
Ah.
See,
Yeah.
everybody's getting
I know.
vacations.
What's up with
going
that?
on?
Where does it say band vacation?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so the office will be closed. We do we open back up New Year's Eve? Is that the day? We'll open back up New Year's Eve day, and so that'll be Jimmy.
But that won't help them because New Year's Eve is sold out.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about New Year's Eve, y'all, because but we'll look at some. Here's what I do need to tell you though. Some of these shows that we're talking about that are out there a ways, you think I don't want to mess with that. You know, I'll get. Don't do that because you'll find yourself without a ticket because these shows sell out way in advance, most of them, and so I don't want that to
That's
happen.
why they've got to take advantage of the special on the blues shows. Like
Correct.
the blues shows, we've got some incredible acts coming in, and from now till the 21st, they can get a buy one get one for the January shows.
Exactly. You know what? I'm surprised. I don't want to say this because they're both here, but I've had a lot of people call about the Christmas show and say I can't get tickets, and I can't even get tickets, and I know people around here. So I've tried to get tickets for a couple people, and Lori, who runs the office up there, came back the other day, and she said, "Max nix on the tickets," so there are none. But I was waiting for the boss, but the shoe hasn't dropped to add another show, so I don't think. I don't think we're going to do that.
It might be rumbling in the wall.
Oh,
Hey,
no. Well,
now I realize you guys got 7 days. You know, from the 23rd to the 30th. That's long enough for rehab. You know.
Well, yeah. Do you know how bad? Well, first of all, what you don't understand is hours and hours, like we were telling you, in the studio creating the music, and then we rehearsed a lot. This show has got more production and more stuff and than any of the shows before, and that doesn't just happen. You don't just walk in here and start singing those choir parts or playing those guitar parts. You know, it takes time and time and time.
The whole staff will probably need rehab after
Yeah,
this
so
show.
by the time we start our first Christmas show, most of us hate Christmas and Christmas music. By then,
I'm not rapping anything.
We'll go home for Christmas, and everybody will turn on Christmas music. You shut that off!
All right, Dave, there's another question online.
Okay.
They want to know, do you repair all the guitars?
A lot of them.
Stage.
As
Pretty
many
much.
as I can. We have a really great guy, J.R. Reich, does the important stuff, but setups and small things, I do what I can.
Yeah, I took one of my guitars to him yesterday. Yeah, Dave's the guitar man. Dave is also the guitar guru. If you pick up a guitar and say, "Hey man, I'm looking at this guitar," and he'll go, "Oh, that's a blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah." He knows every guitar, the name of it, what it was, what year it came out, what pickups are in it, what volume pots are in it, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're buying a guitar, he's definitely the guy to go to. As he got me a sweet deal on a Gibson, but he also knows this guitar is the real deal. This isn't. This one's the good one. This is the one to buy. So he's pretty knowledgeable.
I helped some of our volunteers out. Ron,
Yeah?
his grandson is a guitar player and was asking me about pedals and stuff, so I
really?
pointed him in the right direction, got him a cool little rig.
Awesome. All right, well, we're running out of time, folks, so we got to run for another day. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming out here, everyone. Join us again next Tuesday for the Orange Blossom Social on behalf of Dangerous Me, Fast Eddie, and the gang. God bless y'all. God bless United States. See y'all. Merry Christmas.